Good day, everyone. So we're here to have a discussion about the Old English and Middle English.
So today we're going to tackle about the Old English. It was also called the Anglo-Saxon literature. It was described here the history of the English literature. So we'll tackle the literary forms of Old English. So keep watching!
So, let's start with the caesura. It is a pause in a line of the poetry that is formed by the rhythms of natural speech rather than by meters. The symbol of a caesura is the two slashes. The example of it is an art that will change your home, a kitchen that will settle you alone.
Next is the alliteration, which is a series of same consonant sound. A word that with same consonant sound. Okay, an example of it is Big Billy Bully beat Baby Benny.
And then the kenning. Kenning is a compound word expression with a metaphorical activity. The example of a kenning is the shot glass, because it is something that circling in one group in a metaphorical way.
So we're a bit done with the Old English literature, right?
Yes.
So, we're going to tackle about here is the most popular literary form of Old English, which is the epic poetry. It talks about the heroism and it measures with an iambic meter.
Take note, an iamb composes of these two syllables, and the iambic trimeter has three iambs, so it will have 6 syllables because 3 times 2 is equals to 6 syllables.
So an example of an epic poetry is the Beowulf. So it is all about a man named Beowulf who saved Hrothgar's kingdom from the monster. And after that, he became a king and he fought for another monster, which is the dragon. And after that, he died because he's too old enough to fight for that dragon. And he reigned Willow as the new king.
You can see the heroism there. A hero must be brave enough and can sacrifice his life to save their kingdom. Take note that the characteristic of epics must have a supernatural powers of forces. The story must full of great deeds.
So in the hero's journeys, the first is the birth of a great hero who will help and save many people in danger.
Next is the initiation. It is the time where the hero will discover his powers.
After that is the quest, a time where there's a mentor that will make the hero's journeys easier. A hero will meet the love of his life, which is in the romance.
Lastly is the journey home. It is the time where the hero achieves his goal and survive. Then they live happily ever after.
So these are the common vowels of Old English. A as in gather, A as in height, E as in pet, E as in fit, E as in hit, O as in coat, U as in cool.
These are the common consonants. Ka as in cow, J as in edge, Fa as in fox. G has two pronunciations, which is Ye as in yes and J as in angel. And this special character is pronounced as thorn or.
Wow, what an interesting topic! So, we're finally done with the Old English. Want to know some more about Middle English?
Yes, sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's start!
Middle English is also known as the medieval period. Medieval period is the time where the king and queen ascends, also the knight too. There's a legend in a medieval time entitled The Legend of the King Arthur.
So this legend is all about loyalty, trustworthiness, and love.
In that time, there are tenets of chivalry. Tenets means the rules of knight. Chivalry knights must have.
To learn about about the living in medieval time, I'll tell you a story that can surely represent the people on the medieval time.
The story is the Canterbury Tales. It is the pilgrims of different character of the people in the medieval times, their good deeds and criticism.
In this story, we can see there the class or the hierarchy classes of the pilgrims. So in the nobility, there is the king, knight, and squire. The clergy consists of the group of monks, friar, prioresses, parson, summoners, and pardoners. Middle class has a merchant, doctor, student, and wife. Lastly, the peasants. This is where the miller, plowman, and skipper belong.
If there's a code of chivalry for the knight, then there's a code for clergy. A clergy must be chaste and pure, be devoted to God, obey the Lord, and obey the biblical law, takes vow of poverty, and lastly, achieve the reward from heaven through the earthly denial.
There's a 7 deadly sin. Thank you and hope you learned something. Goodbye!